Think you know the Big Bang Theory inside and out? Buckle up. What went on behind the scenes might just surprise you. The actors had to follow strict rules, from dating bans to learning scientific jargon and even impromptu dancing. All of it was to make every single episode flawless. Here are some behind-the-scenes rules that shaped the entire series. Let's dive in. Every character in the Big Bang Theory had their iconic wardrobe that they had to stick to strictly from the moment the show first aired. Each of them developed a signature look that remained largely unchanged throughout the series. From Sheldon Cooper's classic geeky style to Leonard's unmistakable wardrobe, the actors had to maintain consistency in their outfits throughout filming. There were, of course, exceptions. Raj underwent a noticeable style transformation in season 11. Kunal Nair's character was gradually written as more fashionable, with a more confident vibe thanks to small wardrobe changes. Penny also followed strict clothing rules early on. Her wardrobe was filled with girly dresses, but over time, she was given more creative freedom to explore different styles. For most characters, however, their appearance remained virtually unchanged for over 12 years. One fun detail many viewers may have missed. In the series finale, Penny wore the exact same outfit she had on in the very first episode. It was a subtle touch that added an emotional punch and beautifully mirrored how it all began. Sheldon, Leonard, and Penny, three characters who were absolutely essential to the Big Bang Theory's success. Jim Parsons, Johnny Galecki, and Kaylee Cuoco carried the show on their shoulders. The Three Musketeers, if you will. This unspoken rule ultimately became the show's fate. When Jim Parsons, the actor behind the brilliant yet socially awkward Sheldon, announced he wouldn't continue into a 13th season, it was clear the show couldn't go on. His character was so iconic that no one could imagine replacing him or writing him out entirely. The same was true for the others. Their roles were so intertwined with their actors that any major change would break the magic fans had grown to love. And while it stung to say goodbye, we can be thankful we got to follow this group for a full 12 seasons. Aside from Mayim Bialik, who holds a real PhD in neuroscience, most of the cast didn't have a strong science background. Yet, because of the show's premise, every lead actor had to learn at least some scientific terminology, especially Johnny Galecki and Jim Parsons, who portrayed professional physicists. Honestly, most of them had no idea what they were saying half the time, but that's exactly what showed how talented they were. Pretending to be a genius while sounding completely natural is no easy task. Jim Parsons, in particular, mastered the delivery of complex and intelligent dialogue in a way that made you believe every word. Even though he's admitted he didn't understand much of it, he worked hard to make everything sound natural and believable, doing such a good job that many viewers still don't realize he's not a real scientist. In one episode of The Late Late Show with James Corden, that was hilariously obvious. When asked to write a scientific formula on a board, Parsons froze and called it that square rooty thing. It was a funny but revealing example of how deeply the actors embodied their roles. Take one look at behind-the-scenes photos, and you'll notice something right away. The male actors grew out their beards during season breaks, from Leonard to Sheldon to Raj. As soon as the camera stopped rolling, the facial hair started growing, and sometimes they looked like they'd been off the grid for months. But once filming resumed, it all had to go. Clean-shaven faces were a strict rule. The producers believed that beards would disrupt the visual consistency of the characters. Just imagine Sheldon, the perfectionist genius, with a full beard. It just wouldn't fit. There were a few special exceptions for certain episodes, but generally, the actors had to stick to this grooming policy. The cast had to perform in front of a live audience. If you've ever watched the show, you've probably noticed the brief pauses after the jokes. Those are there for the audience's laughter. And no, it's not a laugh track. Unlike many other sitcoms, The Big Bang Theory was filmed in front of a real audience. The laughter you hear is usually genuine. The producers wanted the humor to feel organic and authentic, so most scenes were performed in front of a live crowd in the studio. That added pressure for the actors. They had to be precise, fast, and able to nail scenes in just one take. Of course, some scenes, like those set outside the main stage areas, were filmed without an audience, so laugh tracks were added later. But most of the time, what you hear is the real deal, real people laughing at real jokes. Here's something not many fans know. Every scene in The Big Bang Theory was filmed on a single soundstage. Leonard's apartment, the Cheesecake Factory, even the comic book store. They were all part of one giant set. In one video, Kunal Nayyar, Raj, and Simon Helberg, Howard, gave fans a behind-the-scenes tour of the whole space. They started in Leonard and Sheldon's apartment and revealed every corner of the Big Bang Theory universe. It showed how tricky the layout could be. The actors had to know exactly where to go, where to stand, and where each door led, all before the cameras started rolling. At first, it was like navigating a maze, but with practice, their movements on set became second nature. That's what made them look so relaxed and natural on screen, even though it took a lot of training and preparation. During the show's run, the cast had to follow a strict rule: no talking about personal relationships. But, as the saying goes, life imitates art. On-screen sparks between Leonard and Penny extended off-screen too. Johnny Galecki and Kaylee Cuoco secretly dated for a few years. And get this, when their characters broke up on the show, their real-life relationship ended as well. Coincidence? Maybe, but according to them, the breakup on screen affected them more than they expected. What's even crazier? No one even knew they were dating until after they split up. That's because the producers had rules in their contracts prohibiting actors from talking about their personal lives to avoid drama on set. Johnny and Kaylee handled it like pros, keeping things under wraps and never letting it affect their work on the show. For a long time, it was unclear how much the cast of The Big Bang Theory earned. But in 2014, the truth came out. Jim Parsons, Johnny Galecki, and Kaylee Cuoco were each earning $1 million per episode. Yep, $1 million for 20 minutes of TV. That was a massive paycheck, especially since the rest of the cast earned significantly less, even though many supporting characters were eventually promoted to main roles. It's true that this trio carried the show, especially early on, and their acting skills and iconic lines definitely earned them that salary. But as the show evolved and the others became just as vital, the pay gap started to sting. Some cast members spoke up and pushed for better pay. Some succeeded, others weren't as lucky, and ended up with smaller roles or were written off the show. When the cast started earning millions per episode, it became clear that promoting the show would be part of the job too. The actors frequently appeared on talk shows across America, spreading the word about the series. And it was never for their own benefit. It was all about making The Big Bang Theory reach as many viewers as possible. They became part of the marketing team, and that had one big advantage. Fans got to see their real personalities. Appearances on shows like The Tonight Show or Ellen revealed the genuine chemistry between the actors, who were friends off-screen as well. But the main goal of all these appearances was simple: promote the show. The cast of The Big Bang Theory created a unique tradition that brought even more fun to filming. During each episode, they were ready to break out into spontaneous flash dances at any moment. These surprise performances brought tons of joy to the live audience, who loved every second of it. Even better, the whole cast would often join in, creating a fun and relaxed atmosphere. It was a way for the actors to blow off steam and bond, and it reminded everyone that behind all the science and scripts, this was a group of people having an amazing time together. And that's 10 fascinating rules that shaped The Big Bang Theory. Behind the jokes, scientific debates, and relationships was hard work and the professionalism of the cast. Everyone had to follow strict rules to make sure every episode was perfect. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any other videos, and we'll see you next time.